Alright, so got a couple things going on right here. Here's the, well, let me back up a little bit. We're talking about a 97 Suburban. From 95 to 98, it's going to be generally the same principle. I've replaced the original PCM with the new PCM. I don't have it wired up yet because the cables that go in here are up in here, and what you see draped over the engine here is both wiring harnesses. But if I pull this back here, you'll see that there's one harness. That's what goes in here. That's the 98 harness, and the other one is draped over there. It's real simple, easy. And I say it's real simple, easy, but some of you guys might be thinking, you know, I'm crazy or whatever. But what you first need to do is basically identify everything. You know, I'll give you an example here. Before I took off the harness off my 98, I went ahead and labeled. Let me see. This is saying. Might not be able to see that. Let's see. Here we go. AC compressor switch. I believe this is going to the filter dryer. It's really important that you basically label everything. Let's see. Here's the EGR and the AC clutch. Now some of these I don't really need to wire. I don't have to identify because I already know what they are. But here's the throttle body wires. So one of these is going to be the idle air control. And to be honest with you, I really don't know, but I can tell you one thing: they're not going to be used. So marking them is just going to help you, that much more. And here's one that I did not mark. So I have no idea what the hell this is for, but if I didn't mark it, it's probably no good. I didn't mark this one because this is for the injectors. But what I'm going to do is start tearing off this split loom. Start taking it off, and then eventually make my way back over here. For instance, let's take your ABS module here. You have a couple connectors right here, right? You're not going to touch those. You're not going to modify them or anything like that, so you're just going to leave them in place. I mean, you might have to disconnect them, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to put them back in place. They're not going to be touched. They're going to stay in the original circuit. You don't have to modify them or anything like that. Now, here's the original harness coming up into the original PCM. I've went ahead and taken these completely off the PCM. They're not going to be used. I will go online and determine every single one of these pins. I'll go ahead and go through, and it's a process of elimination. This is your white, this is your blue, and if there's anybody out there that can help me, I have no idea what the single one there is for. And then you have your red and your black. Let's see. I thought I had the original computer. Actually, I do. Here's the original PCM. So the one that I have no idea what's for, what that harness is for, is this one. It's right in the middle. It's not marked or anything like that. So if you guys see this, you can help me out. Let me know what that's for, because I'm going to be looking for it. But I'd appreciate some feedback if you guys can. But The idea of this video is to show you kind of what a 97 Suburban would look like. You know, in the initial steps as to getting this LS swap. And when I say LS, you know, I'm not saying LS1. I mean LS as 4.8, 5.3, 6.0. And if you're doing an LS, it's going to be a little bit different. But I haven't done one of those. But you know, it's all pretty much the same thing. You have your original fuse block here, and I just zip tie that up and out of the way. It has all your relays, and it sits right here. Just get it up and out of the way so that you can get your original harness kind of reworked here. By the time this is all said and done, again, you're going to go through every single pin and just take a look at one of these. You know, you have quite a few pins in there, but I'll get online and I'll just determine what each one of these pins is doing and determine which I'm going to use and apply it to the next harness, which will be your LS or whatever, Vortec, newer, 99 and up harness. You just kind of make it work. But it's chaos, you know. I wouldn't suggest cutting anything from your original harness until you know exactly what each wire is designed for. So kind of makes it look like a cluster, like a mess. But at the end of the day, when you take your time and just determine what each one of these things is for, it just makes for a cleaner setup. So this is video 1 of, you know, my 97 Suburban getting converted over. I'll work it a little bit here and determine what's what, and then I'll fill you guys in with the next step. Before I stab this engine in here, I went ahead and put my you can see right here. This is I believe the part number is 1255-1708, and what that's going to afford you is the coolant temperature sensor and the sender all in one. So you're going to have 2 pins up on top, which are going to be pointing toward each other, are going to be flat, and then the other one's going to be single, which is going to drive your water temperature gauge on your dash. And if you take a peek way down below, right there, that's your that's the cap that goes right above the oil filter. I didn't do it before I stabbed the engine, but you can take off that little adapter and just drill it and tap it. It's going to be a 7/16 tap, you know, and it's a 7/16 drill with a 1/4 inch pipe thread tap. First you drill it with a 1/4 inch drill, and then chase it with a tap, and then you'll be able to put your original sender in there, and you'll be all set. I'll fill you guys in on the rest later.